basketball game. Purdue's where they're at for a reason. They're good. And it's getting guys to understand a possession or two, a rebound, a loose ball. That's what sends you home in March. And I thought we competed. I thought we did a great job on Zach. He gets his 28 on 23 shots. I was really happy with that. I thought we first half. I thought we guarded a way that was really solid. The second half, you have to make some adjustments for Zach. It was just Zach's one of a kind, and he's got the ability to dominate. He started the second half in that mode. You have to go to a little different coverage, and then they make threes. And we don't make a three in the second half. Again, we had a 1.1 OER, which is really low for us, but to give their defense some credit. Again, Zach's back there protecting the rim. Had it right there, and you get a stop, and you can't get a rebound twice. We've got to have better rebounding from our perimeter players. Plain and simple, better rebounding. Terrence Shannon has no defensive rebounds tonight. 0. Best athlete on the court. We've got to get better rebounding from our guards. And we can't have Coleman fight 7'5" and 300 pounds. And ultimately, the difference in the ballgame is those couple of plays. Lawyer goes on a 7-0 run. Then you go home with a loss. But high-level game. I love our team. I love what we're doing. If that's the best in the country, which I think it is, we're right there. And you have to make a couple plays when the game's on the line to win. Otherwise, we had plenty of opportunities. But great basketball game. Congratulations to Purdue, and they were spectacular.
Brad, you've played some of the best teams in the country, Tennessee, Marquette, Purdue twice. What do you hope your guys take away from it? What do you hope you learn from it?
Little plays. It's a little plays. When you get a stop and you got 3 guys around the ball and nobody even makes an attempt to get on the floor for it, those send you home. Life's, I told them it's winning and losing. And there's winners and losers in life. And you can't not go make those plays. And, we've got to get them to understand the urgency of the end, the abruptness of the end. If you do it, you don't do it, you go home. And, we have a loose ball, just an unfortunate bounce. I thought they made not a very smart play. And the Jones kid shot it really quick, and we make a great defensive play, and the ball bats up in the air, and they come up with it, and it leads to a 3. Again, we just have to rebound the basketball better and come up with those loose balls, and those were defining moments in the game that they made. They made us pay for every one of them.
Brad, you mentioned you had to go to a different coverage in the second half. What were you guys talking about at halftime, though? Because I know Edie's 9 of 13, but you're up 6. You had to have felt good about how you were going about things.
Yeah, but it's wear yourself out, and it's going to wear itself out. He's 9 of 13, and you're going to have to pick your poison. He's going to put fouls on guys, and we've seen that song and dance many times in game film, and Matt's a really good coach. He didn't run anything except throw the ball to him, and all of a sudden it wipes out your lead, and now you've got to counter that. So he's got that luxury, tonight their guys stepped up and made some shots. I thought they were kind of broken play threes that hurt us, but again, that's to their credit.
I'm sorry, how do you think their transition defense impacted the game? Just 63 possession game and 2 fast break points.
Well, we turned it over every time we had it in transition. It killed us. And but again, part of that is trying to stop Zach, and it was a slower tempo game from that side of things, and we almost expected that. But we had 3 or 4 really bad plays in transition, and when you get in a possession game, you can't turn that thing over, especially in transition.
Coach, Shannon picks up his second foul with 11:34 remaining in the first half. Was there any sort of thought process of managing it differently than you did, or were you kind of planning on, hey, maybe if we have an offensive position at the end, we're going to use him, or if it gets out of hand?
We did. We put him back in. We bought 3 minutes with him. We put him back in for our, out of bounds play late. We bought as much time as we could with him, and it's still a risk there. But he played out of rhythm tonight, and partly because of that. But again, that's I thought we handled the situation pretty well in the first half.
Brad, was there something they did differently in the second half defensively to kind of bog you guys down in the half court, or what did you see there?
Guarded us. I mean, it's different when you got Zach back there. Zach protects the rim pretty well, and I thought we got good opportunities, at the rim. Mark missed a couple, layups. They blocked a couple of shots. And that's fine. But they took the 3-point line away, and I thought we got some looks that we didn't take, but I thought we also missed a few. But they're obviously very good defensively as well, and again, Zach provides that security blanket back there.
Brad, you mentioned Terrence not having any defensive rebounds. Matt talked a lot in here about if we don't turn it over, Terrence can't get out on the break. But if he can get on the glass, can he just manufacture his own, and just
Yes.
grab it and go?
Yes. Look at his 35-point game. He had 11 rebounds. And, there's a play late in the game. He's at half court. He's trying to get a run out at half court. And he and I are going to have a hard talk about that as we go into postseason play. And, that's where Io blossomed. Io figured out, triple doubles and let me defensive rebound so I can get out and run. And off night for Terrence, but, we'll get that. He's a very conscientious young man and wants to win more than anybody.
Coach in the back, obviously the senior, you have 7 seniors. What have they meant to you guys this year and just the 4 years that they've been here?
Well, senior night is about accomplishing a lot. It's about accomplishment, and it's not about win-loss in this game. It's about the relationships that you develop. It's about the lifetime friends. It's about the successes in the academic classroom. It's about the accountability and responsibility you develop, and they all come here as young boys and they leave as men. And whether it's 1 year, I hope that everybody's learned a lot from here. We talk a lot about winning and losing, but I think that's life, and I think that the accountability piece is about life. And so we got a great group of managers. We had just an incredible group of guys. This is much fun coaching a basketball team as I've had in my time here because of who they are as people. And I'll always remember whatever this journey ends up here in a few weeks or a month, whatever it is. And I hope we got a lot more. But this will be right at the top of the list in terms of great groups.
But how do you balance? I mean, you've been right there, right, with all these teams, and you talked about the loose balls and the rebound. Like, how do you balance the reality that you're a good team, but as Coleman mentioned, maybe like 2-minute stretches of just kind of letting some of those big wins slip away?
It's not 2 minutes. It's 2 or 3 possessions, and that's the discipline that comes from doing your job every single time, doing your job, and not taking a possession off. Going home is about a possession or 2. In this thing, and I mean, Yeah, I mean, we're up 8 at Tennessee, I think we've been down triple or double digits against 3 teams, and one of them's Valpo. And we're right there, and, but again, you gotta make Purdue credit. I mean, you can't guard it any better than we did, and yet you have to have be tough enough and gritty enough and nasty enough and mean enough to come up with that rebound. It has to be yours. Can't be Mason Gillis. And you can't make a play with 7 seconds on the shot clock and foul off the ball when they're at half court. Those are plays that you just can't make in a game like this. And again, we're right there, and that's why I beat it up in the locker room. To be very honest, I beat those points up because if we don't understand that we're really, really good and we could be a Final Four team, I believe that. I've said, I'm just telling you now, I believe that. But you got to make those plays. You have to make those plays, and you can put that in bold italics on every newspaper, on every damn chat line that I'd never read, and I don't care. Make big plays to stay alive.
Coach, I know you don't like fouling, you call it a defensive mistake. Generally, did you get what you're looking for out of Amani Hansberry in his short stint there?
Yeah, one, you want to make him work. Amani's really, really strong. And then you've got to get to a point where, realistically, he's not a great free throw shooter. So if you get 1 point out of the possession, so we had to get them into the bonus a little bit. We had to work to try to get them closer to shooting free throws. So if we needed it, we didn't have to burn time late. And again, if you caught it at the rim, Coleman was in a good position that we could try to foul him if we needed that. If we needed that late. So that was just kind of in the back of the repertoire of another way to try to guard him.
You said you kind of hammered home maybe the point about the big plays in the locker room. Do you keep that up? I mean, I think Clemson, you have a day off, but when you get back together, or do you treat it like Penn State?
No, I'm going to forget about it. Of course I am. Hell, I mean, what do you think I get paid? Josh pays me a lot of money to keep hammering that shit. I mean, you guys come up with a bad question like that, you're going to get a crappy answer. Of course I'm going to do that. Yeah, I'm just going to blow that off, and we're going to sail off into the sunset and go home here, and yeah, that's what we do. We talk about it after Penn State, and I don't mean to be a jerk, but that's what we do. That's what we do. We talk about them so they learn and develop and grow and make a point about it right now so that we can learn from that, and we don't do that again.